Hello, I'm Matteo, the Chief Mobile Opinionist here at Tech Travel Geeks, and we're back with our feature called Earphone Tuesdays, where every Tuesday, or around about every Tuesday, we unbox and review an audio product that tends to be a bit like a, say, set of headphones or earbuds or so forth. And today our friends at EKSA have sent us a review device of the EKSA E900DL. Now, those of you who are subscribed to the Tech Travel Geeks and watch the Tech Travel Geeks on a frequent basis may say, but hey, haven't you already unboxed and reviewed the EKSA E900? And the simple answer to that is yes, we actually have unboxed and reviewed a couple of variants of the EKSA E900. And today we're going to be doing the E900DL, which has some slight variations on the previous versions. And we'll also do a follow-up video on direct comparisons between these different versions of the EKSA E900. Now, just like the other versions of E900, this is a gaming headset. It's aimed at those of us who do like playing video games. But the features that give you a good set of gaming earphones are also very good for things like working from home, for making Zoom calls, Google Meet calls, maybe even Microsoft Team calls, depending on what your services are. So a good headset makes sound better and makes you be understood better. So people are spending less time actually trying to understand you and more time focusing on what you're actually saying. So the E900DL has a contents list here, which is pretty impressive. You have the headset, a plug-in microphone that can be removed or added to the headset. It also has a 3.5mm and USB connector, the USB connectors to power on the headset, and a carry pouch, which is very handy when traveling. So let's open up the box and see what's inside. So, as we're used to seeing with EKSA products, there's a little bag on the inside. This particular one has a quick guide, instructions, and as we said earlier, the plug-in directional microphone, which we'll add in a moment, as well as two courage ports, or two 3.5mm audio jacks to individual female audio jack. Now, the reason you have this in the box is that some gaming PCs have two separate 3.5mm audio jacks, one for your microphone and one for your audio out. So this is for the setups that have two connectors, so that your EKSA E900DL cable goes into one. Right then, let's open up the bag. And just as with other EKSA products, this is a nice big pleather bag with embossed EKSA logo here. It's very subtle. The red drawstrings are very recognizable at this point. And let's see what else is in the bag. So I'll put the bag aside for now. So you have the headset here, see, with the light up panel that we'll see in a moment. It is metal construction. This is actually metal. Unlike other headsets we've seen which are plastic, this is definitely metal in terms of construction. Memory foam is quite firm here, but not a bad thing. And it's super soft at the top, which is good to see. Now, here we have the space for our microphone. Let's plug that in to get us started. And I believe this is the shape, so that makes me think that it's left-hand side of my head. And then we have two separate connectors here. One is a well-sheathed 3.5mm audio jack. Now you'll see that this one has 1, 2, 3 plus 1 connector there. That means that it is microphone and audio out, whereas the ones we saw in the adapter are only 3, because they only carry one of each, and that's where your adapter goes in. So if you have a gaming PC, these two go into the device you're connecting to, usually a PC. So that's great. You also have connected to that cable your USB type A one. And the reason you have this is to power up the headset and give you that lit up version or look on the device. So what I'm going to do is plug this in for a moment. Let's see how this works. Oh wow, that's pretty bright. So you've got a nice little lit up headset here with the EKSA logo on both sides, so it's left and right side, and the microphone, as you can see, is here on the left hand side. So what I'm going to do is use this for a while, might even play a game or two. I'll also use it to make a video call, as I think that's a really important test to see what that directional microphone is like, and we'll get back to you once that call's been done to see how that works and my overall first impressions / review. So bear with us for a moment. There may be an ad slot coming up, but once we've done that, we'll be back and be able to give you some full first impressions. Speak to you soon. And here we are. So I'm wearing the EKSA E900DL. I've managed to get the right settings in place. And I have to say, this is all analog. There is no option for USB audio. It seems that the only reason this headset has a USB port on the same cable as the 3.5mm audio cable is to light up the side of the device. And you can hear Glucash giggling in the background because, yes, it has a USB port, but it looks awesome with this lighting. So great, but you do need to make sure you plug into an audio input and output, which is analog, which is no bad thing. Hey, Lukash, how are you?
I'm all good, and I can hear you quite well, actually, to be honest. It's sounding good. So the first impressions are quite good.
Good. So obviously this is the sound quality you're hearing from the EKSA E900DL plugged into a laptop with an analog audio interface. Don't expect this to work with a majority of smartphones nowadays because very few of them have a Courage port or a 3.5mm audio jack. Sadly, it's starting to be a thing of the past, and as we saw in our unboxing of the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G, even that device does not have a Courage port. So yes, the EKSA E900DL is compatible with some smartphones, but to be able to use it, you need to have that Courage port that very few smartphones are starting to have nowadays.
So no Bluetooth either, yeah?
No Bluetooth either. This is a gaming headset. It's priced around about £20 sterling. It's got a really, really good fit in my head. The memory foam at the top is nice and soft. The earmuffs aren't too soft, so you get good passive noise cancellation. But they look awesome. I mean, look at the sort of rainbow gradient lights on the side.
From Zelda, the triangle.
No, this is the EKSA logo, which
All right.
you should be familiar with all the videos of EKSA products we've done on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel.
True. But it's inspired by the Triforce, probably.
Probably. After all, it is a gaming brand, and I have to say, this headset, whilst it is made for gaming, for things like working from home or even working whilst you're on the go, is probably a really good headset. How's the sound at your end, Lukash?
Yeah, really, really good. So no problems at all.
And the important thing, even if you are working from home in an enclosed environment, if you're maybe working from home with someone in another room or in the same room as you, this headset is good because it enables you to be able to make those calls without people hearing what's on the other end. So lots to be said, and because most people's lives are different nowadays, the way we work from home, we work whilst we're traveling, this headset might be useful to you and at a very affordable price as well. So anyway, I'll move on to our into our final thoughts on this headset. And Lukash, I'll let you get back to editing our Samsung Galaxy A53 5G unboxing and then the setup video as well.
Exciting. Thanks so much.
Great. Have a good evening. Speak to you soon. Okay then, so I'm back, and after a while of using the EKSA E900DL headset, I have to say overall it is a very good device for the price. Now, when reviewing devices like this headset, it's really important to understand what price category the headset is in. And in this case, it's around about £20 sterling or 25 US dollars. For that, you get a nice, sturdy, well-built headset made out of light metal with a steel grille. It lights up, so it looks pretty amazing. You have to agree that gradient, rainbow-coloured lighting is really quite cool, or call it RGB if you want to. It is a really comfortable headset to use for long periods of time. The only downside I can see here is that for many people, analog, so 3.5mm audio jack, is not great. But if you're going to be using this headset with a device that has 3.5mm audio output, such as an Xbox One controller, as a PlayStation 5, and a series of other devices that have analog output, this is really good value for money. The connectors, so USB to light up the device and the audio ones, work great. I've had no issues with it. But what I would say is a really good feature of this is a physical mute button on the cord for the device. So that cord that carries USB power as well as the 3.5mm audio has a physical mute switch, which works well as a volume adjuster that handles the impedance of that cable. So great overall. And for travel, I like the fact that it has a pleather bag here. It's a great carry bag to avoid cables getting tangled in your other bags, as well as a nice little cable tidy you can see here with EKSA branding on it. So great overall value, as well as the fact that if you don't want to be heard, you just take the microphone physically out of the device. It's also cool to see that that lighting from the inside of the earphones does come through a little bit on that connector for the directional microphone that comes with this headset. So overall, really good device for the price, but bear in mind that this is an analog headset and it won't necessarily work with all smartphones nowadays. So just a note from me, bear that in mind, but for the price, you're getting a really good headset with well-rounded sound, even though it's slightly on the bassier side. But if you're a video gamer, that might be exactly what you're looking for, because bassy is good in conditions like first-person shooters or anything with a lot of bassy sound in it. So there you go. Quick unboxing and review of the EKSA E900DL headset. We'll be back soon here on the Tech Travel Geeks YouTube channel with more content. Specifically, you'll see in the corner here, we have the Samsung Galaxy A53 5G in the house. So be sure to be subscribed to the Tech Travel Geeks for not only smartphone and headset reviews and unboxings, but essentially coverage of anything we believe makes the travel experience better. But for now, thanks for watching and goodbye from me.